Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to our channel, the All Love Network. Ooh, we said that together. We got our YouTube stuff.
You forgot the last part.
I was saying All Love Network.
With Keshia.
Lawrence and Keshia.
Y'all see how this goes.
We're Keshia and Lawrence. Lawrence and Keshia.
We're always going to be together, so it doesn't really matter which order.
Right. Welcome. I'm glad you guys got to witness our trailer, our channel trailer.
Yeah.
Super excited about that. And thank you for joining us on the release of this amazing channel, man. We have so many ideas, so many things to come. But first things first, we just want to let you get to know us. We want to bring you into the world of Lawrence and Keshia in our show.
Yep, for sure. So like Lawrence said, we kind of, you guys got to see a little bit of our trailer, but we kind of wanted to go a little bit deeper and tell you about us individually.
Right. So a little bit about me. I am a writer. I like to call myself a Zen writer, but I focus a lot on meditation and mindfulness. And I'm really looking to help people go within themselves using meditation. And my wife, Keshia.
I'm Keshia, and I'm an intuitive reader. I like to focus on self-love primarily. And then together, Lawrence and I love to do relationship coaching and anything love and relationships. That is all us. But we have different aspects to our company, which we will talk about later on in the show. But today we just kind of wanted to give an overall thing of who we are individually. I'm also a certified life coach, a certified Akashic record reading, and a certified Reiki healer. So all things spiritual for sure. But the basis of what I do is self-love coaching and intuitive readings.
That's right. Yeah, and so we'll take you guys on a little bit of that on this channel. We'll be talking about us. We'll be talking about self-love, love and relationships, love and marriage, divorce.
Yeah.
You name it. We're going to get down and dirty. This is a show only for the grown and sexy, okay? I mean,
period.
If your kids are in the room, send them to bed, get your glass of wine out, roll you up one. Whatever you trying to do, we trying to do. Get it right so you can enjoy the show.
1000% authentic, as you can see.
Exactly. We ain't trying to put nothing on. We're coming in here real, and that's just us as it is.
And we also want to get a chance to get to know you guys too. So as the show goes on, we want you guys to email and comment, like, subscribe, share, all of that. But we also want your feedback. We want to know what you guys want to see, what you want to discuss, what you want to talk about. Eventually, we do plan to do like live shows so that you guys, I'm going to do some readings too. So if you want to pop in your question, I will be happy to answer those questions. Lawrence will jump in as well as far as relationship content. We just really want to engage with you guys. We are millennials, and so love is everything to us. You know what I mean?
Y'all know how we do. I mean, if it ain't about some bigger cause, if it ain't about, you know what I mean, real in-depth love that I broke down and built myself back up under love, we ain't interested. This ain't your mama's show. All right? Grandma might not get this.
Okay.
You understand? Big mama, Mimo, she might not understand. You know what I mean? Paw, he might not get it, but it's for you. It's for us.
For sure. And we go deep too. So it's going to be a lot of transparency. We're going to share a little bit about our personal experiences through love and lifestyle. We do have 5 kids together, so you might get a little bit of that too. You know, it is everything. Everything will be encompassed in our show, just a main focus on self-love, love, relationships, and spirituality.
That's right. All right, let's get into the show.
Yeah. So Lawrence and I met online. I don't know how you guys feel about dating apps or anything like that, but that is like the new thing, is to date online. You know, we've got Match Group, and within that we've got Hinge and OkCupid. We've got Black People Meet, which is not a part of Match Group, but we have several different apps. But we chose Hinge, which obviously worked out great for us. But before we met there, it was a whole process for me. like I said, all things spiritual for me. And so I am a big believer in manifestation, and I will admit that I worked hard to manifest this man. But when I tell you he is everything and more that I asked for, it's truly an honor and a blessing, you know, to be married to him. All 6'4" of him. But so I think eventually I'm going to do a class on manifestation. So if you guys are interested, comment below. Let me know what you think about that. But I'll tell you a little bit about how I did it. So initially for me, manifestation, I began with writing down what I want. So I wrote down the man that I wanted, but it was within his characteristics. It wasn't about really he had to be 6 foot and he had to be an engineer and he had to do this. That's not what my heart desired. At that point, I was so over like being messed over. So for me, it was about the heart and the intention, and that is exactly what I focused on. So I wrote it down, and then I went into what I would like to have. Like, what does he smell like? Does he like to cuddle? Does he like to talk on the phone? Is he a texter? You know, like, and so I did go and buy some Gucci cologne, and guess what? This man smells Gucci 1000% of the time, okay? Like,
Gucci.
Yeah, so I went and bought some cologne. Listen, let me be real. I bought the Gucci from the hair store. We're not talking Gucci Prada, okay? The name of the cologne was Gucci. And so I bought it, and he loves cologne, so that was a plus. I also really wanted someone who was affectionate, because I am, and so I'm all about reciprocation. And so I bought a blanket and put the cologne on the blanket. And he is a full-blown cuddler. He loves to cuddle. But that was my whole intention behind the blanket, is I wanted to be loved. I wanted affection, and I wanted to be cuddled. So those are just two things that I will briefly drop there for you guys when it came to manifesting my life partner. Yeah, so Lauren, tell them how you feel like the universe kind of prepared you.
Well, I mean, I feel like I definitely was being prepared for her. I think that she is definitely a spiritual person, as am I. But I don't think I knew about the power of manifestation at the time. So I was pretty much subconsciously manifesting her.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I had seen this show that was suggested to me by my therapist on Netflix called Surviving Death.
Y'all have to check that out.
It's actually pretty good. But when I was watching it, I was like, what is she telling me to watch? This is like people talking to the dead. And I'm like, what does this have to do with anything about our sessions? But she had told me that her and her husband had been watching it and they loved it, and she thought that I'd be open to this kind of thing. And I watched it mostly, and I was very open to it. I thought that this was like a great way. Like, if anybody who knows me, they know that I am a very spiritual person, and I like to view God as, like, my relationship with God as a really fun journey. I don't believe that there's one stop destination. Like, along the way of finding God, I've stopped in the church, I've stopped in the mosque, I stopped at the tree and meditated with Buddha. I have, like, ran from the tree and said, ain't no God. And I came back and, to try the, so many ways. And along this stop, I thought that this was really interesting to see that something that I thought was like a novelty, like fortune telling, that was actually a way people use to connect with God. And it really kind of helped demystify what spiritualism and metaphysics and all this stuff is, and all with the question on what happens after you die, right? And I got really into it. I watched it a couple times, actually, just some of the episodes a couple times. And this is just one way in which I prepare. I think there's a longer story to this, but one way is when I first met her online and we started to speak, I realized that she told me, she's like, I speak to dead people. And I'm like, oh, like Sixth Sense kind of, like.
He was not prepared at all.
Like, but I mean, like, I think that since I knew or I had an experience watching on Netflix what it was like,
Yeah.
it had demystified it a little bit for me. So I'm like, tell me more. Like, what kind of ways? You know, and I'm kind of getting in there and throwing, you know, what I know, even though I don't really know.
No.
You know, I'm going off the Netflix show. But I thought it more to be interesting than, let's say, a point of like, oh, no, I don't do that. That's not how God works, you know? Like, I was like, man, you know what? She's interesting because she loves God like I do, and she does something I've never done before.
Yeah.
I wonder what this is like. Let me ask her more. And it really led me on this. You know, it kind of aided to my journey, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like people are... Like, I feel like during the time I was kind of going through some healing, like my self-love journey.
Yeah.
And I had done a lot of work, and I feel like there are some people who believe that like dating while healing is a no-go. Like, do y'all think that
what do you guys
thing?
think? Do you think that it's okay to date while you're healing?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you believe that there's a point to where, okay, I'm healed enough and then I can date? Because the truth is, I'm not so sure that we're ever fully healed. You feel me? So it's like, what is healed enough?
Right.
I was one of those people, I'll be completely honest. I was like, I just need a little more time. I just got out of a very long-term relationship. But what I came to find within myself is that he actually is a healer himself. And it was like a mirror, like, here you go, this is what you need to work on. And I was like, nah, I'm good. So in a sense, he is still every day helping me heal in different ways and, you know, triggering me.
But, and vice versa, both healing and triggering.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just, we believe in, you got to work on yourself to a certain extent, but always be open to the fact that spirit and or God, you guys will hear us use that term interchangeably, but may send you somebody, you know, that is going to help you on your spiritual journey, or that is going to help you heal, or that is going to allow you to see where you might need a little bit more work.
Right. That's true. And sometimes some people are further along in that process than not.
Yeah.
And even so, like to your point you made earlier, it's like we like to think that at some point I become healed. Mm-hmm. But the truth is that when you heal, it's like a scar. It cuts you open, and then it scabs over, so you harden your heart to it, and then the scab falls off. And you learn that this is now a part of you.
Oh my goodness. That is such a great analogy.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's true. It's like, you know, and now this thing is like, this is now a part of your skin. This is now who you are. So it's not like I have healed from this thing that happened to me. Mm-hmm. It's that this thing has happened to me, and now it is a part of who I am. It's like an acceptance, you know? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that when you're able to view your healing that way, you know that when you can even see signs of it in your partner, you know, like sometimes you're like, man, that must not be a part of something that you worked through. And I think that a true partner is willing to like
say that, baby.
Go through it with, they're willing to like, okay, you could, you can heal on me. Come on and heal on me. You know?
It's not abusive.
Right, there you go.
And you know that you have the person, even if the person is just for that season, you know that you have the person for your season if they're open and willing, and it's a mutual thing. It's not like one person is getting beat up on and, oh, that's a trigger and I get to act out and act like this and abuse him because of my past. That's not okay. Right. But as long as you both have an understanding and everybody's working on themselves individually and collectively, that is when it's okay.
Right. I agree. That's right. And accepting that sometimes you are going to lash out at your partner. You are going to relive trauma and have moments of this PTSD from what you've been through. And really being able to have that moment, step away and come back and say, you know what? I realize that was not you and that was me, and I apologize.
Oh my gosh.
That's me. I mean, that's me all the way. Like, there's plenty of times where I have some insecurity from something that happened to me in my past, and in the moment, it's her. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you know, but then I'm able to step back and say, no, I know the true intentions of my wife. I know who she is, and that everything she does, even when it feels harsh, is from love. And that's the real healing part. It's like stopping to live in the present moment of what things actually are.
And that's the importance of understanding your partner's intentions as well, because as he said, that's my wife, that's not my wife. You have to know your partner. So if you know your partner is abusive, then it's abuse. If you know your partner is coming from a space of love and light, it's love and light. Yeah. So just keeping that mind frame open, if you will, and knowing yourself and your partner and boundaries.
That's right. Yeah. I think that's a great place to end that first episode. Oh, baby. Let's go. Hey, if you guys like what you saw, you know, there is so much more to come.
Yes.
I want to thank you for watching our first episode and hopefully the first to so much more. Who knows what God has for us. And I appreciate you. We appreciate you, you know. Stay tuned. If you guys have anything you want to say to us, if you liked it, tell us what you think in the comments below.
Like, share,
subscribe.
Yes.
You know,
and tell your friends.
Tell your friends to get with my friends, and we can be friends.
He's from New York, so that's kind of what they do in New York, I guess.
Diddy, take that. What's up? All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love and light.